What's up, everybody? Welcome to another lesson. Although it's not really a lesson because I am pumping the brakes. Okay. The last lesson was pretty big. Density had a lot of math, but more so I had a lot of work to do. And as I look through your unit binders, I'm seeing that even students who normally have their work done don't have their work done. Okay, so I'm just going to slow down a little bit. The next lesson is on buoyancy, so I'll pick that up later. Okay, it's kind of a fun lesson, but this stuff is important. You need to get this done. You need to understand this triangle. Okay, I want to go over a couple of questions, but what I want to stop first and say is I don't know why more people aren't coming for the online guided sessions. Totally up to you. It doesn't offend me if you don't come. Makes my life easier if you don't come. But I truly do want to help you, and I do want to see you be successful. I know a couple of these slides will be kind of tricky for some people. Okay, so I want to kind of go over what guided looks like and how to sign up for it and how to attend it, okay, because maybe you don't know how. Okay, so you just go to your Chrome and you say bit.ly/STAV online guided. Okay, no capitals, no spaces, bit.ly/STAV online guided. Okay, it's going to open this Google Doc. Okay, so Ms. Vidgen Ratnam's class, the only things you're worried about are orange. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, my class and Mr. McKinnon's class, you guys are worried about everything. Okay, so my class and Mr. McKinnon's class, you've got an exit ticket going in math all week. Okay, but what I should be seeing are most of these spots filled up and maxed out. Okay, those that attended Science Help on Friday, I thought we pretty much went through and did the work together. We did all the hardest questions, and a lot of the slides were done by the time we finished. Okay, so let's bring me on the screen just a little bit. Hi, everyone. Okay, so all you have to do is put your name. So my name is Jeff. Okay, you put your name and boom, you're done. Okay, then on Friday, I signed up for the 2 o'clock slot. You're gonna notice they were 30 minutes, and I just I felt like those were too short with technology and trying to get everybody going. So I made them 45 minutes. Okay, so you come just before 2 o'clock and you look at this pink box. You'll see there's nothing in there right now. But when it's your turn, it'll look like this. Click here for video. You hover over that and you see how this link appears. You click on that link and you will be brought into the video chat. Okay? If you don't want to be a part of the video chat, you don't want us to see your face, that is quite all right. Before you start, it will ask you, do you want to join with video? And you say, no, I do not want to join with video. Okay? Or maybe you get in and you don't want to see, then you just hit stop video and that some display picture will show up. Okay? What does guided look like? So guided looks like this. You'll see my document cam here, and it shows you my desk. Okay? And so I'll be able to work on the problems as if we were in the classroom, and you'll be able to follow along. And then I'll go ahead and I'll share my screen, which technically I'm already sharing my screen, so I'll just drag it over. And I'll bring in the problems. Okay, we'll pull it apart. If you have questions, you can actually interact and ask me back, and I'm going to prompt you to help me and to try things with me. Okay? So we'll do a question, and it'll look just like this. So we'll say, a teacher performing a demonstration finds that a piece of cork displaces 23.5 milliliters of water. The piece of cork has a mass of 5.7 grams. What is the density of the cork? Oh boy, that's a hard question. Let me put that there. Let me move this here. Okay, so at guided, we would then pull that apart. Okay, and I would say, all right, the first thing it wants us to do is start with a formula. So we're going to go to that triangle. Okay, I'm going to scroll here to see what is the letter on top. Oh, it's M. And then it's V and D down here. Okay, so I just want to figure out what the question is asking me for. The question is asking me for density. So that means the formula is density equals mass over volume, or mass divided by volume. So then I would say, okay, go ahead and type that in. And now we need to show our work. So we're going to start plugging in numbers. Try to make this smaller. Okay, a teacher performing a demonstration finds that a piece of cork displaces 23.5 milliliters of water. Okay, so is 23.5 milliliters of water, is that mass or is that volume? Okay, well, let's read the next week. The piece of cork has a mass of 5.7 grams. Is 5.7 grams a mass of, is that volume or mass? Well, that one's mass, so we're going to put that here, 5.7 grams divided by volume. And we know from an earlier slide in our last lesson that milliliters is a unit of volume. So we're going to put 23.5. Pull out our calculator. Let's say 5.7 divided by 23.5 equals 0.2425. Now, maybe now you've got a bunch of questions in your head and you're saying, oh, MrStav, I don't know what to do. Okay, that's what guided is for. Is you say, hold on, MrStav, can you clarify this? Why did you do this? Okay. Now here, I don't have any units, and we know that that loses us marks. So maybe your question is, what are the units for density, MrStav? So we would work through that, and we would learn that it's this per this. So what was it, 23.5 milliliters? Okay. So it's, the units here are grams per milliliter. And then I'd say, okay, go ahead and get that down in your book. Okay. There we go. And I would prompt you where to put it. Okay, just like we would if we were in school, and I'd tell you to put the final answer here with your units. Okay, so if you're looking at these slides and you're like, I don't even know how to do them, okay, then come to help and let me help you. And at this point, there's been enough open spaces that people have been staying for double sessions. So instead of 30 minutes or 45 minutes, okay, they're getting over an hour of help from me. Okay. If that's helpful, why not? Okay. We are moving forward and you are expected to know it and you will be assessed on it. Oh, speaking of assessment, after today's lesson, okay, I will be launching a quiz. Quizzes. This is a check your understanding. This is to see, for me, I need to know who is actually engaging, who is watching, and who is doing the work. Okay, so this is like any of the quizzes that we've done in mid-unit, not like the unit test. You can redo this as many times as you want, and I will only take your best mark. Now, some of you are saying, MrStav, you said for these last units we were going to not do that. Yes, that is what I said. That's what I was going to do. Hello, COVID. Okay, so things have changed, and so this is. I'm not going to go to that at this point because of COVID. But if we were in the classroom, you would have limited attempts at this. Okay, so since you're watching, let's have a little sneak peek at one of the questions. In my opinion, it's not a tough quiz at all. Okay, in fact, I was thinking about making it harder. No, don't make it harder to stop. Yeah, I think I could make it harder and you would be like, oh, I can handle that. Okay. But here's the question. Frank has an eraser. Way to go, Frank. We don't care. I mean, we have to care. Okay. It has a mass of 4 grams and a volume of 2 centimeters cubed. What is its density? What do? We need to go back to the whiteboard. Ba-da-da-da-da. Here it is, the whiteboard. Okay, so we need to make that triangle again. Okay, and it was mass, density was here, and volume is here. Okay, go back to the question. Okay, where does mass go? It's just how, could I even just go ahead and use the triangle like this? Yeah, let's put the numbers right in. Has a mass of 4 grams. So mass is at the top, so I'm going to put 4 here. And it has a volume of 2 centimeters cubed. Here's why I said the test is not that hard. Not only did it lay out for you what it was, okay, but that's not even hard math. Okay, so density equals 4 over 2. So density equals 4 divided by 2. Density equals, let's look at the options. 8, 1 over 2, 24, 2. Okay, not a hard test. Okay, my purpose of this is just to check in, make sure you're following, make sure you're getting it. Okay. Let's go and do the last question here. Okay. A graduated cylinder has a mass of 50 grams. I need a graduated cylinder. There we go. Let's use this little beaker. I know it's not a graduated cylinder, but okay. Has a mass of 50 grams when empty. Okay. So this is 50 grams empty. Okay. When 30 milliliters of water is added. So let's go back to this. Let's put 30 mil. That's what the question said, right? 30 milliliters of water is added and now has a mass of 80 grams. Okay? From that alone, you can see that with water, it's heavier. Does that make sense? Yes, it does. Okay? With water. Okay, stick with me, still with me? Go back to the question. The graduated cylinder has 80 grams. Okay, if a rock is added to the graduated cylinder, the water level rises to 75 milliliters. Let's go back. Let's put a rock in there. What is it called when we're, remember from a couple lessons ago? Just, this is displacement. Remember that? Okay. So this right here is 30. This right here is 75 milliliters. Okay. Hopefully you're doing this along in the book if you haven't done it already in your unit binder. Okay. If a rock is added to the graduated cylinder, the water level rises to 75 milliliters. And the total mass is now 250 grams. Does it make sense that the beaker, does it make sense that an empty beaker weighs less than an empty or than a beaker with water? Yes. Does it make sense that with a rock in that water, that now the beaker weighs substantially more? Yes. Okay. So what is the question asking us here? What is the density of the rock? So let's go back to our triangle. MdV. Okay? Is asking us what is the density of the rock. So the formula for density equals density equals M divided by V. Now this is a harder question because they haven't outwardly given you the mass of the rock. They have given you the mass of the rock and the water and the empty beaker. Could we figure out how much it weighs without that? Okay. Yes, we can. Okay. This all, we need to take out the water. We need to take away the weight of the water, and we need to take away the weight of the empty beaker. We happen to know that those two together, okay, we happen to know that those weigh 80 grams. So if we take away that weight, is that confusing? I made it twice. Oh, well, too bad for you. Okay, so we know that this is 80. So we're going to say, to find the mass, I'm going to say mass of the rock equals 250, which is this total, take away 80, which is the beaker with the water in it, without the rock. Okay, go to my handy dandy calculator. 250 take away 80 equals 170. Thank you, chat. Okay, so now I know that the mass of the rock is 170 grams. Okay, got a spot there. Move that light back. Okay, so we're going to divide this by the volume. What is the volume of a rock? We have to do displacement here. Okay, so when we look here, there was this much water, and then when the rock went in, the water rose up to this much, to 75 milliliters. Okay, so what we have to do is find out how much it rose by this. Okay, that'll be the volume of the rock. Okay, so to do that, how do we do it? Tell me in the chat. Okay, we're going to do 75, so the total, and take away the previous. So if you remember back to the lesson where I said, if I hold Paxton on a weigh scale, and we weigh 230 pounds, okay, and then I weigh myself without Paxton, and I weigh 200 pounds, I can figure out that Paxton weighed 30 pounds, right? So 230 with Paxton, and then without Paxton. So the water rose to 75 milliliters. Take away the original amount of 30. Okay, get your handy dandy calculator. Or the chat could be yelling at me. That'd be great if the chat was yelling at me. And it's going to equal 45 milliliters. Okay. Holy, so many markers. So I just figured out the mass, the weight of the rock, and I figured out the volume of the rock. So the only step left to do is do the math. Density equals 170 divided by, where did I get this from? From the triangle. Okay, from the equation, from the formula. So 170 take away 45 equals 125. If you don't get this, then you need to be coming to science help after on Friday. Okay? If you don't get this, you need to practice it. And I've given you tons of practice, okay, because there's going to be assessment and quizzes, but there's also going to be on the unit test. Okay. So the goal of this lesson was to kind of check in, give you a break, teach you how to sign up and attend guided. Okay. Hold on, I'm distracted. Okay. If you're coming, then you need to learn this button, the mute button. You mute yourself and unmute yourself. Okay. I do fully expect that you participate as if you were sitting with me at recess. So you're not just a watch, not just an observer like you are right now. Okay. You're actually talking back and forth with me. Okay. I want to have conversations with you. Okay. I'm not going to beg you and plead you to come to guided. Okay. One of the nice things about guided is you get to hang out with your friends. Okay. It's kind of fun. We joke around a lot. We like to have laughs. Okay. And you get your work done. Okay. Like I said, last week, we went through a bunch of these slides. Okay. We got a lot of work done, and we came all the way back here, and someone had questions for earlier worksheets. And so we worked on them. You guys dictate where science help goes. Okay. So if you're like, MrStav, I'm cool with whatever anybody else wants to do, perfect. If you say, MrStav, I need this question, boom, we'll do it. And if multiple people have questions, then we work through that. Okay. You need to be done your slides all the way up to buoyancy by Friday. Okay. Or you're gonna feel like you're falling behind and you're gonna give up. Okay. I don't want you to give up. Okay, we have some fun stuff coming up. All right. So lots of work to do. Yeah, I have parents saying, can we have more work? But as I check your work, a lot of you aren't ready for more work. Okay. So get your work done. Ask for help when you need it. You can send remind texts. Okay. And I can answer those when I get a chance to. Okay. I'm at my computer in the afternoons. I'm with the kids in the morning. All right. So be patient, ask questions, and make attempts. Okay. You're not dumb. This is a new way of learning. If you're frustrated and you're overwhelmed, that's okay. Okay. If you're stressed out, that's not okay. Talk to me. Talk to Mr. McKinnon. Talk to Ms. Buchanan, Ms. Vijayaratnam, Ms. Oikawa. Okay, whoever you want, so that we can kind of get a read on you guys. This is the first time for you. This is the first time for us, and so everybody has to help each other learn how we can adjust this better. Okay. Things like, MrStav, you're going too slow, or MrStav, you're going too fast. You tell me these things via Remind, via the Google Classroom, and I can adjust and I can not swamp you guys. Okay, the goal is not to swamp you, stress you out. Cool? All right, that's it. I'm not going any further. Go back and use this time. Pretend like this is a full hour lesson. Okay? Sit at your computer. Okay, don't go back to sleep. Okay, and use this time to get your slides done. Okay, and with that, go sign up for Guided. Okay, let me help you. Okay, this is for all 3 classes. Okay, my class you can get help with math and science, and Ms. Vijayaratnam's you can get help with science. Okay, I'm going to erase Jeff's name because he's not a person. I made him. Coolio. So Justin doesn't like it when I just abruptly end. So this is a formal ending. Thank you for joining Science with MrStav in my digital classroom. I look forward to seeing you on Friday to learn about buoyancy. And I actually brought home not our fish tank, but a little fish tank, so that we could kind of play with water and play with some floating and sinking stuff. Cool? Cool. Maybe I'll have a challenge for you. Oh, I'm going to have a challenge for you. I'm doing it. Coolio. Peace out, everybody. Bye, Justin.